We're going to do 33 through 35 for this video. They are SOL-like questions. These are kind of like the drag and drop or the click, all that apply. So for 33, it says identify the equation of the horizontal asymptote and the equation of the vertical asymptote. With the vertical asymptote, okay, we just set the bottom equal to 0. Solve for x, and there it is. So is x equals -4 one of my choices? Yeah. So I'm going to put x equals -4. Horizontal asymptote. When your degrees on the top and the bottom of refraction are equal to each other, so this is the degree of 1, because there's an imaginary 1 here, as well as the bottom, then we're just going to look at the coefficients. 3 over that imaginary 1. 3 over 1. So y is equal to 3, which is also one of my options here. If you want to double check your answer, just go ahead and plug it into your calculator. Okay, remember your VA is going to have an error on the bottom, or error in the y value. So let's take a look at the at -4. So there's that error sign. Your horizontal asymptote, if I look at my graph, it's definitely positive numbers. Okay, and if I get to, let's just choose a really high positive value. So I'm going to go to second window. I'm going to put in 100. Go back to your table by hitting second table. Let's see what that number is close to 100. It's getting really close to 3. Okay, it's converging towards 3. So that's another way to check your HA. Alright, 34. Circle all the zeros of the function x cubed plus 3x squared minus 18x minus 40. So again, we're going to go ahead and graph this on our calculator. Okay, this is really good practice for your SOL. So we're trying to look for the easiest way to get your answer. Alright, remember zeros just mean x-intercepts. When I look at this, I should have 3 x-intercepts. Okay? Now sometimes it might be imaginary, sometimes they're real. When I look at my graph, I see 3 x-intercepts. So I see it cross at 1, 2, 3, +4, so I'll circle +4. Okay, I also see it cross at -2. And I also see it cross at -3, -5. I'm not going to circle more than that, okay? Because I should only have at most 3 real zeros. Alright, the last question. Click and drag each selected expression to the corrected box. So we have 2 that we need to go ahead and fill in for direct variation, and then 2 for inverse. Remember, direct is y equals k times x. X is directly next to k. Inverse variation is y equals k divided by x. So when we look at this, remember k is just a constant, so I definitely see this one. Y equals 8 times x. So 8 is that k. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in here. Oops, 8 times x. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just like cross that out, making sure that I understand that I've already used that. Now, the other thing that I see is, remember, variation goes through the origin, so you're not going to have anything where it's being added or subtracted a number. So here I can cross out these 2. So I have 3 spots left, and I have 3 choices left. Okay, so if I look here, y equals a number divided by x, well, there it is. Y is equal to 8 divided by x. And cross that out. Okay. In our lesson, we always said, oh, try to get y by itself, because that's how these general formulas are made, as y by itself. So I'm going to get y by itself by dividing each side by x. So get y is equal to 8 divided by x. Well, look there. We have divided by x, divided by x. So yx equals 8. And the last one, y equals x over 8. There's division, but remember, Whenever you're dividing by a number, it really just means it's 1 over that number times x. So this is my constant variation. So this is actually a direct variation as well. Okay, it's only inverse when you're dividing by x. Okay, it's not but when you divide by a number. Okay, so those are your choices for variation, direct and inverse. Make sure you talk to your teacher if you are still confused on any of these problems.